Hey y'all, we're back from the couch. His and her football talk. This week we're recapping week 11 of the NFL. And to start it off was Thursday was the Cardinals at the Seahawks. And the Seahawks came out with the win. Russell Wilson did what he had to do. He put up some points on fantasy, a lot better than last week. He was doing some things. He did what he needed to do. Kyler Murray,
They definitely had the advantage of playing at home. That's for sure. Kyler Murray is playing Kyler Murray ball right now. He's obviously one of the top rookies. We're going to continue to talk about him for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
He's definitely one excited player. So definitely one to look out for in the upcoming weeks for sure. But shout out to Seattle for the dub.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the Cardinals are 6-4, Seahawks are 7-3, so they're still both very much in it, especially in the NFC. The Eagles at the Browns on Sunday. We done talked about it was ugly weather.
It was cold,
raining, but the Browns did all right. Chubb did all right. Wentz ain't all there. Wentz ain't really doing it.
They were talking about benching him.
No, they ain't gonna bench him. They already asked the head coach, and he said no, he's our starter. So they ain't benching. They paid him all that money. They are not about to bench Carson Wentz. But go
pay
ahead,
him all the
Eagles.
money you want. You can't win no ball game.
They're
throwing
still
that many turnovers.
They're still ahead in their division.
That's what I say.
You know how that division is. All right, Falcons at the Saints. Go ahead, Saints. Go ahead, Hill. You did your thing. Thomas, Hill. It don't matter if it's Thomas or whomever. They did what they needed to do. Their defense did.
I was really surprised that Hill got the start though.
Oh, for sure.
That was.
Isn't that why they brought him in, Jameis? Was if this ever came, if this was ever the situation, he would be in there.
Well, that should have been the case, but he wasn't. That's what I'm saying.
Well, Sean Payton, good move.
Oh yeah. I think those players have been around that coach long enough to know that when things get down, they can definitely find a way to rally and bring it back to life. So
for sure. Yeah. No, but yeah, shout out the Saints. The Bengals at Washington. We already know.
Joe Burrow.
Burrow, he gone. Only for the remainder of the season. He's going to be back next year.
He has a torn ACL, MCL, and PCL.
But he'll recover.
His knee was blown out. That is definitely not a sight that you want to see, especially for any ball player who especially has as much talent as he does. He's young. Mm-hmm. That's one thing he's got working to his advantage as far as for him coming up and coming back healthy a little bit quicker than normal. Is that he's young.
Yeah.
He still has a full schedule ahead of him as far as for off season and training and all that stuff. So he'll be back better than ever. He'll be good.
He'll be back, better and stronger next season for sure. The Bengals, we'll see what they do next season. But as far as this season, they might be the number 2 slot for the upcoming draft.
Look out for Giovanni Bernard. He's going to be having some work. Joe Mixon's going to be missing some time, so look out for him. All you fantasy people out there, something to look out for.
Yeah, well, Smith, he did his thing. Go ahead, Smith. Happy for him. Happy he was able to pull out that one, especially for his team, for himself, for the division. It was good. It was good for them. The Lions and the Panthers. We already said Stafford ain't done. He didn't do not a thing.
No,
he didn't do not a thing.
First shutout in his Detroit career. To do it, like that. Well, what can you say? Not DeAndre Swift. He's out for them. AP got the start. He didn't really do much either.
But Walker did some stuff. He sure had it.
PJ Walker for Carolina definitely showed out. It was his debut, and I think he's definitely proven himself to the coaches that they got something to look forward to just in case Teddy B can't continue on.
Oh yeah. No, it's nice to have for sure. The Steelers versus the Jaguars. We already knew what that one was going to be. Go ahead, Steelers. Go ahead, Big Ben. Go ahead. We done said Juju. That's amazing. That's amazing. They're doing
They have a lot of receivers for Pittsburgh. Have a lot of potential.
That whole team.
Juju started from Juju to the rookie Deontay Johnson to now Chase Claypool, who stepped in the ranks and has really made a name for himself, stand out. If I'm not mistaken, when Chase Claypool when Big Ben started his career in the NFL, Chase Claypool, the receiver for Pittsburgh, was 7 years old.
I wouldn't be surprised. Big
7
Ben.
years old, and he has now caught close to double-digit touchdown passes from somebody who he's really looked up to as far as for playing in this game. So that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, no, definitely. And
first 10-0 start in the franchise career.
Shout out Tomlinson. He's only going up. Tomlin. But he's only like progressing. Like he's different in a really good way. He's doing some things.
Well, it's one thing about Mike Tomlin is that he brings a strong defensive mentality to Pittsburgh. That's why throughout the years, if it's one thing Pittsburgh hasn't lost, it's been their defense.
Yeah.
So big ups to Mike Tomlin for being able to rally these guys together and give them a hell of a start. So.
You ain't lying. Let's see. The Titans at the Ravens. We both picked the Ravens. We were wrong. Go ahead, Titans. Go ahead, Titans. Go ahead, Tannehill. That whole offense. The run game was crazy. The run game was what it needed to be.
Shout out to A.J. Brown and the receiving corps, though.
Go ahead, receive.
Took it to them boys and
Tannehill.
let them know that just because he's been on a maintenance routine as far as for practice and dealing with this bone bruise since week 1, look out for him in the upcoming weeks. He's going to be a big part of that offense continuing forward. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, it was good for the Titans. It was good. They have a tough one coming up too. We'll talk about that later. But Ravens, y'all gotta get it together. I don't know what's going on, but I mean they're just so good that it's like they're just beating themselves. Like they gotta. I don't know. I just want better for them, because they're so talented.
J.K. Dobbins is I think has been slowing it down. And if I'm not mistaken, I think J.K. Dobbins and Mark Ingram were two of the Ravens who have tested positive recently. Starting this week, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday when they let the information out as far as for who's positive and who's not. And they were two of the ones that made it to the list. So that'll be something to keep an eye on in the upcoming weeks as well. As far as for you fantasy people out there.
Good looking, baby. Patriots at the Texans. The Texans are now 3-7. Patriots fall to 4-6, 20-27. Go ahead, Texans. Go ahead.
I mean, they're playing with that mentality. They ain't got nothing to lose. I mean, the division may be up and down and kind of crazy over there, but I mean, if it's one thing that they've already lost their general manager Bill O'Brien, their head coach Bill O'Brien.
The best player next to...
They got Crowell in there now. The best receiver damn near in the NFL.
Which one?
DeAndre Hopkins.
And yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, to get rid of him and then to bring in,
who you got to choose from, Watson?
It's not really...
That stuff.
It's not really the direction they wanted to head, but now they're in it, and it'll be something to see, when they as the season goes on. So.
Well, yeah, we'll see. But go ahead, Texans, Patriots, Bill, Cam. I don't know who they really. I don't really know who they got, but good luck to them.
Jacoby Myers has been one to stand out for them as far as.
But their run game works for them.
Well, hell, when you got 4 backs to choose from, I know Sonny Michel has been hurt, but James White, Rex Burkhead, and Damian Harris, the rookie. I mean, those are three good running backs right there. Yeah. Rex Burkhead dealing with more of the pass catching back out of the backfield. James White, the same thing. Damian Harris, the rookie's getting all the groundwork. I mean, he's been showing out. So I'm excited to see him play too. So.
All right, let's see the Dolphins at the Broncos. We also chose the Texans for sure, but we chose the Dolphins and the Broncos. The Broncos, they they were at home, and they definitely had that home field advantage.
As you all
That's
know,
for
especially
sure.
for a team coming out of Miami, to go and play anywhere that is cold, it's difficult. It's difficult, and I mean, when you got a rookie leading the back, leading the team as far as for quarterback,
Right.
and him getting in that kind of environment, really dealing with it for the first time with a new team, playing in that aura.
Well, we see how that went.
It's rough. It's rough, you know. And it's,
See
I
how
think
that
I
went.
seen him take a hit too. I don't know if that's why he got benched or what, but Fitzpatrick did finish the game, and I mean, well, Fitzpatrick played since the Fitzpatrick game, so it was what it was. But shout out to the Dolphins. I mean, you know, they're making their little run, but I mean, it just wasn't enough to pull it out this week.
Yeah, I know, but they're in there. Dolphins are definitely still in there. The Jets and the Chargers. We're talking about Allen. He put up them points in fantasy like no other. I think he was a top wide receiver to put up points in fantasy. For Week 11, he was doing it. Him and Herbert, we'll see what's to come with them. But
I mean, Herbert's going to stay on pace for a record season as far as for a rookie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if it's one of the stats that I know about the Chargers, I mean, I think they have like close to 4 to 5 games that they've lost within a one-score game.
yes, exactly.
So, I mean,
yes.
they're there. They have it. They know what they need to do. It just finished. It's just to finish.
They got to polish some things up. That's all they got to do.
Yeah,
Polish a few things up.
That's about it. But it just goes to show you that with this quarterback that they have now, moving forward with this team,
Potential.
they have so much potential. So much potential.
Yeah.
So
No, for sure. Hey, but shout out to Flacco. You did your thing. You're still in it. I mean, the Jets aren't, but hey, you're doing your thing.
But he was the one who was running from first, trying to steal the base, and he slid to second and came up 2 inches short.
All right, Packers and the Colts. The Colts, we chose the Colts. Shout out Colts. That defense is a problem. That defense is an issue.
Oh, yeah. They got one of the best linebackers in the league. I can't remember his real name, but I know that his nickname, they call him the Maniac. He's definitely one to watch for in that defense. And
the defense is something else. Especially they were able to get Rodgers like that, feeling that way, making him get them turnovers. Like
there's one thing Rodgers is good at is recognizing basically everything the defense shows him. But when you got Indianapolis giving you multiple looks on multiple possessions of the ball, I mean, it's difficult to pick something like that apart. And when you do, you do. But when you don't, more than likely it's going to be a turnover on downs or a turnover in general. So.
Yeah, shout out Colts. Rivers, go ahead, Rivers. We're not mad at you, Rivers.
How about Cry Me a River?
All right, Cowboys at Vikings. You already know. Go Cowboys. They did the Vikings like that. But hey, I mean, the Vikings didn't have a bad game. The Cowboys just played a better game. I mean, that's surprising to say, especially this season. But hey, go ahead, Cowboys. You already know I picked you. Somebody did not. Cook still had over 100 yards. He's doing it all. Dang, Cook.
And Cousins put up like 347.
Thielen. Woo, that's what I'm saying. Like, they had a solid game. Like, I mean, well, obviously now they didn't win, but I mean, it was a good game. It was a good week of football, that's for sure. Weekend and stuff. Speaking of Chiefs and the Raiders, let's not forget the Cowboys are in a tie, 3-way tie for second place in their division. All right, let's go Cowboys.
3-way tie.
Yeah, between them, the Redskins, and the Giants, because the Eagles are 3-6-1.
Yeah, they got them by half a game.
I know, but they still got them, so 3-way tie. Anyways, Chiefs at Raiders. We picked the Chiefs. We already knew the Chiefs were going to come through. That's not to say the Raiders aren't somebody to be looking out for. If not this season, the next season. Gruden, man, I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, he's got that team right.
And his success. With 15 players out, like due to COVID, man, they almost did it, but you can't leave that much time for Mahomes.
Not a minute 43.
Woo! What is a whole damn quarter for him?
Not a minute 43.
Woo!
I think if it's one thing that the Chiefs are the best, if not one of the best. Their 2-minute offense is spot on. 2 minutes is spot on.
Like no other.
When you have a coach like Andy Reid, a quarterback like Mahomes,
Hill,
all the weapons at his side. I mean, it's just
unstoppable.
It's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see, and especially when they got to make the comeback.
Because
when you see it like that, best way to see it, man.
And they make it look so easy, so effortless. We're watching it right now, man.
They can at least.
My homies is on a whole nother level. Shout out to my homies. All right, but Raiders did their thing. That defense is something to look out for too. It's up and coming. They got some hitters. They're ready. They are ready to hit whoever they need to hit. Rams at the Bucks. Whoa. They done lost. I mean, they're 7-4. That ain't bad, but like when you got Brady as your captain, that boat needs to just keep sailing. You don't need to be losing nothing. And the Bucks, they ain't
They got a leak in their boat right now.
They got a leak in their boat, and they need to go ahead and patch that up. They thought Brown was gonna, but see, there wasn't no hole before Brown got there. Not to say that Brown is the reason they got that hole, but because he's putting in work, he's getting looks here and there. So I mean, he's doing something. He's making a little dent. But the Rams beat them, and it's only because of that Rams defense. I mean, Goff, he has Cup, he has Woods. I mean, he has pieces to his puzzle, but like that defense is the only reason they're even in one of the top considerations in the NFC.
Got Jalen Ramsey leading the back, AD leading up front.
Woo!
I mean, everything else just kind of fits together. But even though Aaron Donald's attracting so many double teams and Jalen Ramsey shadowing your best receiver, it puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the players, because when you got multiple people trying to keep their eyes on just them two players and keep them away from your quarterback, it opens up a lot of lanes for the rest of these professionals out here, because that's all that's on the field is number of professionals.
Yeah. The Rams pulled it out, 7-3, and the Bucks are 7-4. So we'll see what's to come in the NFC with these two teams. They're definitely going to be up there in the playoffs for sure. But that is Week 11's NFL recap. Thank y'all for bearing with us.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes.
Y'all know we'll be back to the couch. I'm going to turn this off, and I probably ain't going to leave the couch. But it's been a good talk. We'll holler at y'all.
Yep.
Peace out.